Greetings everyone and a warm welcome to you. Namaste. Hey Sagittarius, this is your August reading with me, so it's time to sit back and relax and see what messages are coming your way. We're using these 3 different decks. I will explain how they will be working as we run through the reading. Before we start, I did some intuitive work for you at the beginning and you received the following messages. You received a mantra and it was learning lessons. You also received a message from Haniel, the angel Haniel, and it was the word strength. So with that, let's put these cards aside for now and start shuffling with intent for what Sagittarius have in store for August 2018. I do think I will shuffle a little more than that. We will see. So a little more shuffling here for you Sagittarians for August 2018. Let's see what's in store for you guys. Okay. The Hierophant, the Fool, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. And I will just push that back a little bit. So 2 major arcanas and 2 court cards arriving. This next deck is your health deck. So this is addressing issues of health, both or in many different perspectives. So physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. So let's see what's in store for Sagittarians for August. Inspiration and expression. And the last 3 cards are representing areas of relationship in our life. And again, these can be any areas of relationship. Winter, travel, and birthday. Okay, I see lots of beautiful purpley colours coming through, especially all clustered down here, so it's that kind of amethyst energy. And we have some beautiful amethyst crystals here, so I'm going to place one there just to really push that energy through. With the top row of the tarot deck, the Rider-Waite, it addresses kind of all aspects of what's going on in the month, including areas such as your finances and your career as well. I do note here that we have the sun up in the corner, and of course July and August have been months of the eclipses, and they've been quite fiery, determined eclipses that will affect many people at different levels. And even this card here has the feeling of celestial ecliptical energy with the rays from that cosmic force, and I notice it's directly under the sun as well. 46 is the crown chakra area of our bodies, so that's up in your head, and this one here is the throat chakra, dealing with the blue energies in life, and that's also up in the area of your head. So, and the Fool is as well. So there might be quite a lot going on with your mind, or ideas or concepts or thoughts in your head, which that's about our inner being, if you like. Let's start with the Hierophant. He's holding up a hand, a left hand at the top there, sort of saying, well, stop and listen to me. He's known as the card of kind of religious indoctrination. He often is seen to be a popely figure. He has 2 servants down at his feet, sort of in a state of, oh my God, you're amazing type person. So when he turns up, he is an authoritarian figure, and he can often signify matters to do with discipline in life and morals and ethics and laws and abiding by things. So this might be a time where you find you could be restricted or having to curtail to laws or follow someone else's demands. And it could be a community-wide thing, or even a legal instigation going on in your life that restricts you some way or another. It could even be around your career. There might be new rules or regulations being brought in at work that are enforcing certain protocols and procedures. There might be a new boss that's turned up that's overseeing things, or a company you know or work for might be going through a legal proceeding, perhaps to do with, not necessarily fraudulent activity, but perhaps behaviour that is being looked into at a legal level. For some of you, this can represent the connection to spirituality. So it can be the raising of your spiritual awareness, or a higher desire to connect spiritually. And we see that with the 3 cards surrounding it, the Fool and this Inspiration card here as well. So I feel like there's a definitive split here. For some of you, it's very physical, and in the physical plane of your life, where the Hierophant is sitting, as in the rule maker, the legal institution, the discipline, the lack of freedom, the boundaries. And this could even be in relationships too, so either working relationships or personal. And for others of you, it's a feeling of wanting to connect with the spiritual or philosophical or esoterical realm of your life. And now we go to the Fool card next to it. And he, of course, is the very first deck in the tarot card, and he is all about new beginnings, but especially for yourself at the personal level. He will often herald just going on a brand new road at a deep personal level. Sometimes this can mean walking away from people in your life, such as friends or family or co-workers. It can mean changing direction in the course of your business or career ideas, or your philosophical beliefs again. The Fool usually represents the fact that we are pleasing ourselves more than anyone else, so it's our own innate desires that seem more important at this time than perhaps those of external relationships. And sometimes we get to this point when we have reached a place of banging our heads against a brick wall with others in our lives, people who either haven't listened or aren't responding or aren't aware of our needs, or aren't stimulating us to help us grow forward. So it is a personal card, but it definitely is at a powerful spiritual connection level. I do love the Fool card, and I think it does mean that we are headed into new directions. So generally when powerful major arcanas like that turn up, they insinuate that we are sort of on the cusp of finding out newness about ourselves in particular. You come to those other 2 cards there in the reading, and they're court cards, and one is the King of Swords and the other is the Knight of Cups. So this could represent people in your life, air sign and a water sign person, that they could be around you. And again, if they are, I kind of get the feeling the King of Swords, he could be like a father figure or a family member, but he could also be a work colleague, or again an authoritarian figure, someone that you are perhaps trying to move away from, who's been putting too many demands on, or rules or regulations. He could almost be seen as a lawyer or an accountant as well, because he can deal with things like financial documents that are being signed or setting rules and regulations. Some of you may have been like cuckolded by an institution or a group or a cult or a bunch of people who have been ruling how you go about living and your belief systems and what they let you do. Some of you might be breaking free of, too strong a family ties or too strong a friendship ties, and you're feeling the need for this freedom, about this independence. But there are definitely 2 people or people around you in that top line that have been perhaps dominating things or keeping rigid boundaries, and I think you're wanting more freedom. If the King of Swords is a work person, you could need to have communication with them to resolve some issues, or clearly you're just thinking, that's it, I'm going to walk away. But if we move to the Knight of Cups on the far right, he often is the offer of something new coming, and generally more positive and sort of uplifting, and sometimes at a very close connective level. So someone who might be thinking of you in a very loving gesture. For some of you, it can be a romantic proposition coming forward. So there could be this opportunity of new relationships coming into your life, and some of them could be romantic relationships. However, it doesn't have to mean that. It can also mean the emotion of something powerful that your heart really connects with. So this could be a passion or a new job opportunity or something creative that really fires you up and just inspires you. The Knights generally do mean that there is something new coming, and in particular, he's a lovely knight to have around. So if we move down now to this next row, which I said was a health kind of alignment, and we see this inspiration card and then the one next to it which says will. So the inspiration is saying to you ideas, spark, conception and impulse. And as I said, it's up in the crown chakra area of the body, which is the top of the head. And this is where we connect with source, or religion if you like, like God, creator, force, energy, our spiritual ethos, the cosmos, white light energy. And if we have a blockage there, then we're subdued in that area. We have a lack of connectivity or creation or passion or insight or light and energy. So for some of you, you might need to have that area of your body realigned or cleared of any blockages or stiffness or, closing down or closed mindset. And you could do this through healing energies or Reiki or meditations or stimulation of that area of the head. Some of you might find that you could go and have some cranial osteopathy or neck manipulations in the back of the neck, or even in and around the shoulders, to free up pent-up energy. So when we get areas of our body that are blocked and they don't allow the transportation of energy through our body systems, we build up pressure points there, and it becomes tense, and we get headaches or neck aches or eye aches. So any of those things are possible as well, and we need to release the tension. So any of the things that I have just mentioned will help release that tension and allow the flow of natural energy to be more inspirational and work with you at a deeper level. If we're talking on the physical perspective, some of you could have head aches, literally, so you might have migraines or headaches. Some of you might need your eyes realigned or adjusted or new glasses. And because we're still in the head here with this throat chakra, some of you may have things in your throat area that need looking at, even possibly through your sinuses, your ears, the back of your throat, tonsils, tonsillitis, having teeth or fillings addressed, even to do with the thyroid and the parathyroid areas of the body as well. So the throat chakra also is our point of communication, and if that's blocked, really pretty much everything's blocked, because as humans, the way we evolve and grow is through communication. So it's also saying to you, when it says the word will, it's like willpower and gaining strength. And your message was learning lessons, and the Archangel Haniel, which was about strength. And that turtle is showing great strength, determination and willpower, walking through a desert looking for water. He never gives up. So the words on the top of that card are expression, assertiveness, self-control and direction. So I think this reading is quite about you and yourselves, and putting yourself first and regaining strength, either whether it's physically through an illness you might have had, or just a lack of strength or passion or ignition. And it's about you deciding which direction to take and knowing that you have the strength and the power to go with it, and also learning lessons along the way. So if we, and I've talked already about the fact that if the chakra point is blocked, and it's the same for the throat chakra, if it's blocked there, you'll end up with a whole lot of clogged up stuff, not being able to talk, coughing, lack of self-expression. So you have been not able to put yourself forward. And this can also be in creative aspects of your life as well. You could have writer's block as such, and not feeling creative. So if we come down to the last three, and we're still in this very much, this whole purpley crown chakra type third eye energy area, your first message there is a timing message, and it says winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So for those of us in the southern hemisphere, winter is now, and this could mean that something is occurring right now for you. And this could be around your relationship status. So whether you're looking for resolution of issues within relationships or new ones, or you're wanting to find out where they're headed or why something's happening, it could be about to provide you with answers. And for those of you in the northern hemisphere, this could be toward the end of the year that you start to see clearly ways forward or issues or how to solve problems that have been occurring within your relationship status. We also see that you have this travel card, and it says an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. For some of you, the trip could be unscheduled or something that is unplanned, and you might find it resolves a whole lot of tension or issues around friendships or relationships. It could be tied into your career as well. You know, the travel card and the Fool card could both represent either literal or physiological or psychological travel. You know, the moving on from one perspective or dimension of your life into a new, unknown, awakening awareness of something coming. So when we sort of said this was friendships or relationships down here, it can cover off such a deep perspective that it goes beyond current awareness or knowing. For some of you, the travel might have already been booked, and you might be really looking forward to a wonderful holiday coming up, and some way or another it's going to have quite profound implications on the decisions you make as you move forward, and this could even involve close relationships. It might mean that you decide to shift and move somewhere else. It could be for a new job, or just because you fall in love with a place or a person in another place. There's a whole lot of varieties in here that could be fitting the bill. It is quite broad, so I think there's room for, you know, personal interpretation as to what this might mean for each individual. But we come down here to a birthday, and it says a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. So again, this will be at your own personal level. Is it your birthday coming up in, you know, sort of the late November, December areas? Or is it the birthday of someone else that brings about some enhanced change or awareness or connection? Could it be someone new that you meet, and they come into your life and their birthday turns out to be a significant reason for why the relationship occurs? The birthday could be the birth of someone new, so a baby for some of you, or it could be, as I say, representative of the birth of a new relationship. So I think the words, I'm feeling very loosely about the bottom line for you guys, about the relationships. They seem quite wide cards, as if they're not really setting any strong boundaries or limits, unlike the top cards in the tarot deck reading. So there's room for movement, there's room for personal interpretation. So there we are, Sagittarians. I hope you have really enjoyed this reading and have found some wonderful positive insights and inspiration within it. I do wish you all a wonderful August ahead after the eclipse energy, and to see where it takes you on your new highlighted path of strength and awareness. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and for liking and subbing the channel, and for leaving your comments. Much love all. Namaste.